I used to take the bus home from work every day. And what I would do on the bus is see it as a great opportunity to meet some people, to talk, and to say hi. You know, I live in New York now, and on the subway, nobody talks. It is bad form to look people in the eye. You've got your earbuds in, you look at your Kindle, and you get on with your life. Portland's a little bit different. Everyone's talking, everybody's saying hi, probably because everyone is high. And I'm on the bus, and I sit down next to, I don't know, some guy. And I want to think of something to say to start a conversation. And before I can say anything, he has to say, so, what's up with the name tag? And I say my 4-word answer. I used to have this whole diatribe, this dissertation of sociology of why I wear a name, and no one cares. It scares girls away. So now when someone asks me about the name tag, I say, yeah, I always wear it. I always wear it. That's it. And that changes everything, because now it puts the ball in their corner. They ask whatever question they want, and it becomes like a decision tree that I've done a million times, and I just talk with them. It's like a game of ping pong, as opposed to BAM! Which is like squash, I guess. So we're talking, and I tell him about the name tag, and he tells me about where he works. Total nice guy, very cool. And maybe 5 minutes into it, he's like, well, I got to get going. That's my stop. But do you have a business card? Now that right there is probably the most important question you could hear from someone, especially a total stranger, because you never know. And so when someone says, hey, do you have a business card? My gut response is to say, yes, I do. Just like that. No. Okay. Internally, you're thinking, hey, you never know. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott, now that I'm your friend, apparently, when your new book comes out, I'll give you a call, I'll buy you a beer. Sweet, free beer. I don't drink, but I'll still take a free beer. So he gets off the bus, and I never saw him again. Never called. Typical guy, right? But 1 week later, I get the phone call. After the phone call that I'm about to tell you about, I called my dad and say, Dad, that was it. That was the call that's going to change everything. And so I don't recognize the number. This is back in 2002, when you would still answer the phone if you didn't know the caller ID. But now, when you don't know the caller ID, what do? Straight to voicemail. If they leave a message, that means it's actually important. If they don't, spam. Right. Fair enough. But I still wanted to answer the phone, because this is sort of the beginning, and you never know. So I answered the phone the same way I always do when I don't know who it is. Hello, my name is Scott. And this beautiful, sexy female voice, hey, is this Scott, the name tag guy? Yes. Can I help you? Oh, I just wanted to say I'm on your website. I'm a big fan. I think the whole name tag thing is great. Oh, hey, yeah, right on. That's awesome. Thank you. If you don't mind me asking, though, who are you? How did you get my cell phone number? How old are you? Oh, I didn't introduce myself. I'm sorry. My name is Jill. I'm the editor of the Portland Tribune newspaper, and we would like to do a feature article about your upcoming first book release. Would you be interested? No, I got stuff to do. Sorry. 1 week later, we did the interview. 2 weeks later, this happened. This was like a day before the book actually came out. This is the second largest non-daily newspaper in the country, and it sent out to every major newswire in the country. I started getting phone calls and emails from people all around the world, and this would eventually become like that tipping point from which nothing would ever be the same again. And what's amazing is I later found out from Jill, from the reporter, you know how she got my name? The guy on the bus was her boyfriend. That's probably why I never called. But it was that moment. Everybody is somebody's somebody. Like in this room, everybody is somebody's somebody, and we never know. We never do know until we take a step and or we allow them to do what? Take a step to us. And so that sense of approachability is a two-way street. What I didn't know is that this would give me about a week until I wound up on CNN with Anderson Cooper. This is before Anderson Cooper was Anderson Cooper, the Silver Stallion, as I call him. Whatever, that man is beautiful. This was the first interview I'd ever done. I don't remember anything about the interview. I blanked out. You ever do that? Like you're like doing something, like maybe giving a presentation or an interview on the phone, and you're like, what the hell did I just say? I think like I insulted the homeless or something. I don't know. Here's what I remember, is that right before the interview, they do the microphone, right? And the sound guy, like a 30-year veteran of the affiliate station in Portland, he said two things that I will never forget. He's like, now Scott, I know this is your first interview, so just relax. It's going to be fun. Forget about the fact that 10 million people are going to watch this. Okay. And then he said, oh, by the way, we're going to go live in like 20 seconds. By all means, at no point during this interview do you ever watch yourself on the monitor. Every one of you would have done it too. You're sitting there, because it's like you, watching you, like when there's two mirrors and it goes on forever, like. And I wasn't like checking my hair or anything, which is awesome. I was instead just looking at the screen, because when they interview people on CNN, they put your name, and then right under your name is your what? Job title, description. Would you like to see mine? So just in case anybody was curious, those are my credentials. That's what I write on my customs declaration form where it says occupation. Yeah, the South Korean Customs Department doesn't like that. Hello, my name is Body Cavity Search. But while this happened, what occurred to me was that there were some valuable lessons in this moment. It would take some time to learn it, but what I started to realize was, number one, as my mom was telling me, she was watching this on the screen in the green room, and oh yeah, she got all the screens everywhere, and she said, name tag wearer. I paid for 4 years of college, and that's it? It was a proud parent moment. It was also a slow news day. Then I learned that we can't outsource reputation. If we don't make a name for ourselves, someone will make one for us, and it might not be the name we want.